Okay, today we're talking about market mistakes, meaning you have the EFM coming up, but maybe you're going to Cannes or AFM. Those are the three major film markets, and these are mistakes that I've seen people make over and over again. One of them is when they walk in and they try to get a meeting or they have a meeting scheduled, they have their trailer on their iPhone or their iPad or their laptop, but it's on YouTube or something like that, or Vimeo. Now, one thing these markets are notorious for is bad internet. I've remembered people doing that where they'll come in and they'll try to show their trailer and it'll stop, and it'll stop, and then it'll stop again, then it's like buffering, and it's like, this is the worst thing. And I can feel the person's energy like freaking out inside, and at the same time it's becoming uncomfortable for us. And it could have easily been fixed if they just put the file locally. Now, if you don't know what that means, I'm sure you could find exactly how to do that online, but you get some type of video player. VLC Media is a great one. Get that onto the iPad or the iPhone, or just have it in your photos, actually, of whatever the smartphone is, so that you could play it right from there. So then it's local, right? It's the same thing I tell people, because I travel all the time, fly all over the world. Anytime I have a boarding pass, I click and do the screenshot of it, because the screenshot's not going to go away. You see what I'm saying? If I have it in the United app or something like that, and then I'm in Berlin and I'm trying to pull it up, and it's like, oh my God, I got no signal. The screen's trying to load it and I don't have my boarding pass, versus if I screenshot it. That is a random travel tip for you that has nothing to do with markets. But what I'm getting at is that the file's local, you can play it. Another market mistake that we see is people are coming in and trying to kind of force their way into meetings, when you have to understand that a lot of the sales companies there have their films that they're trying to sell, and especially at the first half of the market, they're front-loaded with meetings with buyers. So they don't want new filmmaker pitches, especially in that stage early on in the market. So a lot of times later in the market is when they'll accept filmmaker pitches, or there may be somebody that's in charge of development or acquisitions or something like that, and that would be the person you want to talk to, and you try to make an appointment with that person. Okay, so, but walking in and just, hey, you guys, it's like, hey, I'm the head of worldwide sales or something, and you're like, oh, let me pitch you my concept. That's not the person that's going to help you get your film made. And I'd say the third mistake that I see a lot is people aren't doing the groundwork, the legwork, before they get to the market, right? You should, almost every one of these markets has the attendees list and the people that are going, so that you can start making the meetings before. With any market that we have, we're about a month and a half out when we start to email for meetings. And can you believe, even at that time, 6 weeks before it's going to start, there's people that are like, hey, man, my calendar's booked up already. That's crazy. But that's the way it is. That's how long you have to give. But if you somehow think that you're just going to wait till like the day before and let me email everybody, most likely many of them are booked up, especially the ones you want to get in with. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get a meeting with them. You walk around, you introduce yourself, and you say, hey, maybe I can stop in at the end of the market or something like that. And that's a doable potential possibility. But the best thing to do is to be reaching out to these people and trying to make the meetings way before the market starts.